Look at that. It's Friday morning, dragging its stinking carcass up the driveway. It's time to get to work. On day 23 of the Great Nebraska 30-day Winter Cycling Challenge. Let's get going. All right, so here we go. It's the end of a very long work week for me. 7 days straight. I don't know how. I'm not even gonna say how many hours. It's embarrassing. It's opening night of Waitress. A really fun musical, but it was a lot of work, and totally worth it if you can't tell from the sound of my voice and the lag in the words coming out. I'm exhausted. So is my wife. She's had a long week by herself at home, handling everything that I should be doing. Anyhow, we've got a 20-degree day, partly cloudy, pretty stiff breeze blowing. And we've got clear streets. Yeah, we had that little bit of snow, some ice that night, a little bit of ice the next morning, but by midday the roads were pretty darn clean. I did a ride over my lunch hour from work to pick up a bicycle. That was day 22, I think. All the days are getting jumbled together, my friends, but we're closing in on day 30 of the challenge. And gee, now at this point, I hope I can make it. At the outset, I thought, oh man, it's going to snow, we'll have ice, and it'll all be over. Now I'm A, looking forward to the end of the challenge. We're closing in. And B, looking forward to it with great anticipation to make it happen, to see if I can actually, it looks like I'm actually going to be able to complete it. And I honestly didn't have any expectations or idea if I could or could not make it happen. I guess that's the idea of reaching for a goal. And it's been hard. And the hard part, really, quite frankly, was just this week, because like last night I got home to edit day 23 and I could not keep my eyes open. So I got up early this morning and finished it up and published it. It's not what I wanted it to look like, but it's done, and done is good. Done is good. The e-bike's been holding up great through the harsh weather. Even though I didn't deal with any snow and ice, or have to deal with any snow and ice, I avoided it by picking and choosing the time of day to ride. The e-bike's done well. It's got 5,200 miles on it. Got the original battery. It'll be 2 years old in April, I believe. I don't know if I have my facts straight there, to be honest with you. It might be 3 years old, but anyway, I think it's going into its third year. So the e-bike's doing well. I don't know if you can hear that rear hub motor churning. I don't have much legs today as I go up this super steep hill. GoPro cameras don't always show, give you perspective on how steep a hill is, but this is a steep one. The bike's holding up great. There was a few snags here and there over the last 23 days with the rear brakes, but that had nothing to do with the weather and the battery. And the battery was just a simple misunderstanding of not understanding that while the battery might work at 4 below, doesn't mean it's going to charge when you plug it in. So when I plugged it in, I thought it was charging. Battery management system said no thank you. And there was one day where I ran out of battery power. Yeah, there is diminished amount of mileage you can get out of the battery in this weather, but I'm not doing 50-mile rides or 100-mile rides a day. I'm just commuting to work and back. So I have outlets on both ends, chargers on both ends. So I'm able to roll my bike right into place of business, plug it in if I want to. If you're looking into an e-bike, you know, batteries and what type of motor and kind of drive is all things to consider. And honestly, the technology is just getting better and better. I'll jump out in the bike lane for a little bit. I don't like this bike lane. I prefer the sidewalk sometimes, just because there's so much garbage in it. Car parts, concrete chunks, gravel, leaves, you name it, branches, glass. And that little stripe of paint, pretty faded, not much protection from morning traffic. It's just, it's a shame, but I don't know. I suppose the city's got bigger problems. You know, bike infrastructure is tricky business. You know, when you're spending public money, you have to quantify everything, justify it, measure it, show results. And people say, well, you put counters out there, there's just not enough cyclists. Well, there's not enough cyclists because it's not safe. If you make it safe, the ridership will increase. There's only so many idiots like myself that are willing to put their life on the line to ride to work for exercise. If you made it an option for more people would ride. So it's pretty basic. I'm demonstrating it right now. I'm almost 63 years old. I've just ridden 23 days in January. Low temp, 4 below zero one day. It's possible. I'm not asking everybody to do it, but if there's a nice day, you ought to be able to hop on your bike, ride to work, get the good spot right next to the door at the bike rack. The other day when I was at the bike shop, I ran into a former city planner for the city of Omaha, picking up his e-bike, and he commutes. I wished he was still the city planner. Maybe something would get done. Please let the doors be open. Please let the doors be open. That's bad news.